So hello, my name's David Harry, and I'm working on behalf of the Fleet Street Quarter, who've commissioned me to do a tour of Irish history in Fleet Street. So we start off just by Ludgate, and it's Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde, for 2 years in the 1880s, worked as the editor of a women's newspaper, and he would walk all the way from Charing Cross along Fleet Street, Ludgate, the Strand, and go to his offices just around the corner in Belle Sauvage Yard. And from there he changed it. It was originally called the Ladies Magazine. He changed it to the Women's Magazine as he wanted to support feminist issues. He commissioned lots of writers to talk about genuine women's concerns. And while he was there, in his spare time, he also wrote the portrait of Dorian Gray. Other things on the tour include, well, there's the Punch Tavern, and Punch magazine was based there for their editorial meetings, and again I've got some illustrations they did about their relationship with Irish history. Then we moved to St Bride's Church too, and St Bride is an Irish saint. She's the Irish matron saint, St Bridget. And again, I'm talking about her story and her connection to the area as well. Then we move on and we go to the Old Cheshire Cheese, the most famous pub in the world. And there, in the 1890s, a certain Irish writer called W.B. Yates created a club called the Rhymers Club. By the way, the most famous poem in the English language, in many people think, is by W.B. Yates. It's so famous it's actually printed on the Irish passport. And the poem is called The Lake Isle of Innisfree. And guess what? He was inspired to write it in Fleet Street. We also had Oliver Goldsmith, the writer who wrote She Stoops to Conquer and The Vicar of Wakefield, again, Irishman who was always gambling away his money, supported by his great friend Dr. Johnson, who lived also around the corner from here as well. Then we got the Tipperary pub, which has just reopened on the 26th of March after many years being closed. Then we talk about Wolfe Tone, another famous, radical, revolutionary Irish writer who lived for 2 years down the road from here as well. And there's many other stories as well.